Lovely Tarot. Make sure my volume's up. Yeah, my volume's up. All right, y'all. I'm excited. Today is what, Tuesday? It's a beautiful day out in the US right now. I know everybody's barely getting up, getting their coffee, getting ready for work. Well, I'm working right now. Okay. So I wanted to go up and do a collective spread for you guys. I really missed you guys. I tried to upload for you guys, I think Capricorn, 2 days ago, like the rest of the readings, but it didn't go through. I think I was just going through a moment, like healing phase. So, technology doesn't work with me when I'm in that phase. So here I am today, and I'm going to do this collective spread with y'all, okay? All right, my beautifuls. I'm using the Black Moon Astrology Tarot deck. And I drew 3 cards, and right away, it's a lot of info, okay? I got Virgo. Look at this beautiful angelic presence analyzing this barley here. I think it's barley. I'm not sure what it is. Barley, corn, wheat. I'm going to call it wheat, okay? All right, so here you are, the master. You have become a master of analyzing karmic contracts, people, places, things, even animals, okay? Your your discernment game is on top. A1, day one, okay? The best. It's so high. You're so intuitive. You're so in tune with your high priestess and your high priest, right? Because high priestess can just discern right away what's good for her, what's not, right? In your energy. But when it comes to the high priest energy, it's almost as if you're following spiritual code by asking yourself, do you really want to engage around these people, places, and things, right? Because you always had the discernment. It's whether do you want to engage. So then your high priest, following a spiritual code, decides and says, no, I don't want to do that. So here you are in your life wondering why you are probably in the midst of nothing, and then little by little opportunities come to you, but they just seem to be the same thing. It's almost as if it's the same karmic lesson wrapped around different people. I think this is the phase where hey, I could embark in this journey. I could start a relationship with this person. I could be friends with this person and be codependent or do the same thing over again. I could. You have all the time in the world. However, I think you're at a point where you're just bored. You're bored with it. I mean, how much it's almost as if you've learned everything you could from that stage or from these specific contracts with these specific endings and stages that you're like, yeah, I love this, right? You love this. You're in love with it. You love the contracts. You love the beings. You love what you do when you go through these phases with people. Let's just call it that, people, right? And you're so in love with it, but it's almost as if you understand that there's better out there. There's something new that needs to be discovered at this stage because your soul's bored. Yeah, your lower self's entertained. It's the pleasure, it's at all-time high. But what are you really getting out of this? Is it really serving you? And now we're getting to the bigger stage, right? Because you have the 10th house, which we will get to. How is you staying in these karmic contracts or specific people, places, or things? How are you being there? How is that helping the world in general? How are you moving forward and leaving your legacy, your footprint for the world to see? Yeah, it just got real. We got lunar eclipse, baby. This is you again, holding every option that comes to you. You see the good of it, you see the bad of it, you see the pleasure of it, you see where it could go, you see where you could go. I mean, you can have children with these people. You can buy a home, get married, have just the full experience with these people. But you know how it ends. You know the lesson. You've had it again and again and again for how long? I mean, So, here goes this. Really taking a look at everything and deciding, is this the path I want to take? Or are you going to keep going forward, right? And just waiting till the right opportunity comes in. Some of you guys, I think, lost faith for a second there. I think you lost faith because nothing good came in. It was always the same people, places, and things. The same lesson. And you were wondering what you were doing wrong. So you started doing the healing phase. You started crying. You started going through everything. and just healing some things about yourself, hoping that maybe if you've healed enough, you'd enter this new timeline, this new contracts. It's almost as if you're wanting to face lessons that you've never dealt with before, because you're just so sick and tired of the old. You know where it's going, and it doesn't lead you anywhere good, right? It's just, I mean, you can see it as good or bad. It's still a learning lesson, right? It doesn't really matter. So again, some of you guys I think gave up on the divine, or thinking maybe the divine forgot about you, and it ain't bringing anything good to you. But there's still this little part of you that still has faith that this is for a reason. Maybe you're being tempted to see if you're really over the past. For some of you guys, it's significant others that you adore. I mean, you could go lifetimes with this person, okay? Like, it is the thing. It is the one. These are it's just every time you deal with people like this, like even if it's your ex or whatever, friends, they're the ones that just give you that high and that rush, and they just feel like home. There's no place like home, right? It's the familial, but it's almost as if you're trying to tell yourself, no matter how much you are happy, your higher self's really pushing for you to move on. But again, it has no choice. It goes where you go. So if you decide to go into a karmic contract with these people again, by all means, they have no choice. But every day they're going to nudge you, waiting for you to move on. Because you deserve better. And you know you do, right? You're bored. Come on, some part of you is a little bored, no matter how happy you are. I won't even not say happy. I would say content in the pleasure, because it does bring pleasure. It's the only pleasure you've ever really known or been accustomed to, right? Because again, same lessons your whole life. You get the 10th house next, the world, right? Your eye, your third eye being activated and really looking to see, is there something else? Can I be involved in something else? Can I reach a different frequency, a different level of being, a different person? Can I become somebody else? Because for some of you guys, to be 100% honest with you, if you were 100,000% content, you wouldn't even have this awakening or this activation. You wouldn't have that. But you do, and it's almost as if you've outgrown this stage and you know it. Deep down inside, you know you're not that you're better than this, it's just like you've been there, done that. So when we get to the 10th house, right, it's all about the activation here. I'm looking at the picture. And time. What do you want to do with the remainder of your time in this life? Time goes by fast, even though you do have a lot of it. It goes by fast. So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself being? Who do you want to be with? What kind of example do you want to leave for your children? What kind of legacy do you want to leave for yourself? It's the footprint. It's like, where am I going with my life? Where am I being pulled to go? Some of you guys are terrified because you're realizing that it requires a lot of vulnerability. And we talk about this all the time. It requires you to be in a surrender mode. Relinquishing control. And the thing about these karmic contracts is that you have so much control. Or at least you think you do, right? Because some of you guys have these tendencies to, you know how to make people stay with you. Whatever trick you're using, whatever you're doing, and don't take it the wrong way, we all do it, okay? Whatever you're doing to keep these people around you, it's almost as if you need to do that because you need people to, not just to validate you, but you need people to support you. You need people to believe in you. You need people to be there for you. We all do, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Let's be 100% honest here. But it's almost as if, because you're in so much control of the relationships, doesn't have to be significant other, it could be anything, it could be work related, okay? Because you have so much control and so much stake in these relationships, it's almost like as if you're not even free. You're not letting yourself be free to explore the real you and what it's like to be in situations without having so much control. What is it like to just relinquish it? What is it like to just surrender and not expect or do to have people cling on to you? What is life like when you don't do that? And this new level of being, when you're healing, realizing that it's all about control, or not having people to validate us, what do? We can either cling on or we let go. And when we let go, we discover a version of ourselves that we haven't touched in a very long time. I'm talking about inner child. I'm talking about higher self. I'm talking about just you being you, free. We're talking about freedom. Because at the end of the day, time, again, you're looking at it as what you can make out of time. What can you make out of your life? But when we really get to the nitty gritty of it, it's the little moments. It's the little moments in life that mean everything to us. So how do we surrender at this moment? How do we relinquish control? How do we do that? Well, we have to be honest with ourselves and be willing to admit that we cannot keep being this way. So we have to change. Once we ask for the willingness to surrender, we let go of relationships we no longer relate to. We don't really vibrate with that anymore. We don't. If we did, we wouldn't be feeling this way. And for some of you guys, you've tried to make it work with people for so long, but it's like you lose yourself. You're selling your soul every time you try to make something fit or work. It's, again, control. It doesn't work because your soul is not content 100%. It's just not. I don't know if I should pull this card. This card came out. I'm gonna see what else comes out. Let's see. Because it kind of looks like I need to pull it out. Something's telling me to pull it out. Okay, you have second house. Owning. Again, so focused on where you're trying to go, what you can do, this, that, and a third. And it's like, it's almost as if your ego has to understand that it needs to let this other part of you come out and play. And that it has to be a part of your life in order for you to be 100% happy. This free part that I'm talking, this part of you that I'm talking about, that when you tap into, it's so free, it's so new, it's so fresh, it scares you. That's what needs to take a little bit more of space. What you need to give a little space to, right, in your life, so that you can be whole and complete. Your ego's having a hard time with that, though. Of course it is. It's so used to controlling everything, right? That's the way it works. Okay, another card came out. With the owning, though, Jesus. With the owning, though, really look at it. It's ancient, right? It has a pyramid on it. It's an ancient way of looking at things. Gathering, working, the material, the 3D. You just the ego, right? Because it just gives me ego. The ego is being shed, and it's scared for dear life because it thinks you, the free part of you, that part of you that wants to come out, it thinks you can't handle it. It thinks you're gonna crash and burn and die, and not everything that you've built will go to ruins. This comes out next. Fifth house, the house of creativity. This is the side of you that's coming out, right? And the ego is a little terrified because he's like, I don't think you can handle this. I don't think you can handle this. But you can. You can. You need to let go. Let go so that a new experience can come in and just show you and teach you things that you've never done. You've never experienced in your life. It's time. Or what, you're going to keep doing the same shit over and over again, expecting different results? No. It's not going to happen. This card fell, by the way. 11th house, friends. Look at this. This is what I'm saying. This is what's next. It's here for you. But these people cannot come in. These people cannot vibrate to you. They cannot come into you until you relinquish control. This other side of you that wants to be loved, it wants to have friends, it wants to be free, it wants to play, right? Because we're talking about creativity. It wants to be unleashed. We're talking about wand energy. It wants to be unleashed. It wants to create. It wants to be, and it's almost as if it's attracting or magnetized to the idea of having real friendships, people that you really connect with, not people that you have to exploit, extort, or get something out of or try to control. Right? These are not that's not the type of frequency we're talking about anymore. Is that what you're really interested in though? Because that's what your inner self is interested in. But are you, your ego, are you willing to let go to experience that? Or do you want to keep going back to where you're at? And be honest with yourself. There's nothing wrong with you being honest and saying, no, I'm happy where I'm at. I like what I'm doing, and I feel like this is the best way to serve my ego and serve myself and my best interest, right? Especially if it's financial gain or anything like that, I understand. It's up to you. This is a collective spread. You decide. The energy's there for you. It just seems to me like what I'm saying is what you're thinking. Let's see what else. Let's see who I'm pulling through. North Node, life's purpose. Look at the opening here. The heart's opening up. This part of you is taking over and it doesn't give a shit. And it's wand energy, okay? So some of you guys, if you're air signs, water signs, if you're earth signs, this fire is so intense, it's really fucking with you, okay? Excuse my language. It's really messing with you because some of you guys are not used to having that much fire. You don't know how to tame the fire, so you're afraid, right? It almost reminds me of like night energy or page energy. You're starting off, right? It's a new beginning with this energy of yours that you have inside of your heart that you're finally allowing to open up and set you free, and you're crashing and burning. Some of you guys are so out there, you're being different and people are noticing it, and it's scaring them a little bit, but that's okay because it's scaring you. It's definitely scaring you, and I see you kind of like making a lot of mess. It's almost as if you're being you around people that don't expect that and try to keep you in check. So you're definitely going to either get into some arguments this week. You're going to speak your mind. For some of you guys that are, especially in the workplace, if you're not the type of person to go and tell on people, because you know we always have Karens out there, right? If you're not the type of Karen out there, it almost seems to me like this week you're about to expose people. Maybe you didn't want to, but it's almost as if the real you does not care anymore, and so you're going to expose people, and it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. You may have to quit your job and go somewhere else. For some of you guys, it's relationship-wise, you guys are going to break up with people because you're bored. You're bored. You're like, what the fuck can this person offer me? Really, what can they offer you? If they can't stimulate you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, why are they there? Why are you there? The question is not even why are they there? Why are you there? Why are you entertaining something like that? And it's almost as if you're getting that nudge from your inner self, that fiery, beautiful self saying, these people don't fit with me anymore. I'm tired of trying to stay stuck in a box. I'm tired of trying to make it work with people that just don't see what I see. They don't feel what I feel. I'm moving through my heart energy, right? The heart, the wand, the creativity. I'm moving through that, and these people are dead inside. Sorry, but that's the truth. These people, again, they don't have the vision you do. They don't feel as free as you do. They don't feel the calling as strong as you do. And maybe they do, but they just ignore it because they're so content where they're at. They don't have the guts to do what you're doing. Calling people out, being you, not giving a shit what people think. Getting into arguments left and right. Some of you guys are leaving your houses because you're getting into it with the landlord and you feel like they're not hearing you. Some of you guys are letting these old friends go, and good for you. Good for you. You should. Look at this. Freeing yourself. Discovering who you are and moving forward because there's always better. Some of you guys know there's better, but you've been clinging along to people because there's nothing else to do in the meantime. Yeah, we're calling it like it is, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what? I'm getting a call to use a different tarot deck. Let me use the anime. Or do you want the angel? Should we use the Starseed Oracle deck or should we use the anime tarot? Let's use both. It's alive. Fuck it. Let's have some fun. I feel so called today. Like super called. To just be. Let's see anything coming out. No, this one's been wanting to come out. All right. 7 of Wands, man, baby. You got the 7 of Wands. Look at all this energy going left, right, up, down. It's almost as if you're burning people. You're burning people. Like, you're burning motherfuckers. And I don't mean it like sexually, right? I mean, you're literally like just tearing people down. You know, people that you just don't fucking like. It's almost like this week you're telling them, I don't like you. You're a trick. You're a Karen, or, you know, something like that. Calling people off, telling them off. I feel like somebody's gonna come in and because you're exposing yourself too much or being more open, someone's gonna start something with you and they're going to say something to you. Not for everybody, but some of you guys, because you're so out there, you're so being you. You can't control it and you're trying to tame that. Don't. Be you and let these people come and tell you something. And I feel like some of you guys are gonna lash out. I feel like some people are gonna try to test you and push your boundaries to like check you, to let you know, hey, I'm in charge. And you're gonna go and tell these people off. And you're gonna laugh. You're gonna tell these people off. You're gonna tell them the truth, and it's gonna hurt. Okay, I'm serious. I'm saying this over again because some of you guys, I feel like you're scared to do this, or you only do this or like lash out at people when people push your boundaries. But again, I think people are trying to test you because you're exploring this new energy of you. You're being seen. You're pushing yourself out there, and I feel like that's why people are like they're getting scared. They're getting scared. They're trying to prove something to you. They're trying to prove something, and you're just being you. So you go out there and you tell these people what it has to be. Now, again, you don't have to get into a fight, okay? I'm just saying, stand up for yourself. There's a difference, right? With you starting with people and then you defending yourself and standing up for yourself and what you think is right for you. And I advocate for that all day, every day. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, baby. Yup. I got the 4 with the 2, though. I got the 4 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. So, let's see here. Let's say it's 6, right? Let's say it's 6. Yeah. Let's say it's 6. It's an equal balance, right? Balancing both. And I feel like because you've never explored this creative side to you, you think you're messing up. You think you're doing something wrong. You feel like you have to fall back in line into the 3D, the matrix, or whatever you want to call it. But it's okay. You're learning. You're learning. So again, let yourself explore. Let yourself be. Even if that pushes somebody's boundaries, even if that makes somebody mad, even if your haters expose themselves to you this week, because they will. Something about you being authentically you is gonna push somebody off the edge, and it's gonna be more than one person. I'm sorry, you're gonna get into it with like a couple of people because I'm not trying to blame you, but I think it's because I feel like sometimes you just want to keep the peace. You want to keep the peace, and the problem with that is that the real you doesn't come out. And I feel like because you don't talk about what your needs are, you tend to shut down and be quiet. And I think that now the real you is coming out, and people are gonna be like, well, why is this happening? It's this person's fault. You're changing. You never used to act like that. But that's the thing, is because you don't explore this side of you more. Now that you started, you better keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it so that you don't start bursting off in rages. That's how you avoid a situation, right? Being you, knowing what your boundaries are, and you need to say that and state that right off the bat. Lovers, 4 of Cups with the Lovers. I hope you can see that, baby. Look at this. Some of you guys are nervous. You're nervous because you're making friends with this part of you. The part of you that's standing up for itself. You know, the part of you that's wild and creative. You're becoming friends with it. Now remember, with the Lovers, it's learning everything that you learn. From the 1 to the 5. Taking the conflict, taking everything you've learned. learning to love yourself and taking that with you so that you move on to the 7, which is a Chariot, okay? But with the 4 of Cups, baby, I'm feeling nervousness. Some of you guys are nervous because you have, again, it's new. You're exposing this. You don't know what it's like to be this free. And then so when you get pushback, you're learning how to talk instead of just lash out, right? For some people, they are gonna lash out at you, so you're gonna have to give them the business. You're gonna have to give them the business. But this is to teach you a lesson too, that this could have been avoided if you just were you since the start. But it's not your fault. You're just learning. So. Yep. Look at you. The end, tying the ends, thinking about exposing the real you. The real you has been hidden, and that's why you weren't happy. You were always depressed, wondering why is my life so dull? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel so lonely? And here you are. You expose the truth. You. But remember, the Hangman came out with the Ace of Wands. What did I tell you? Wand energy, that fire to be, right? You have the 5th house. It's time. Let be. Whatever you crave or desire to do, do it. I don't care if you're at a salary-based job. I don't care if, you know, you have so many kids that you barely have time for yourself. I don't give a shit, okay? This is your time to be. This is the calling you're getting. Do not ignore it. If you do, you're going to hate yourself. And then you're going to be one of those people that lash out at the people who are free and roaming around being themselves. You're going to be the hater. You don't want to be the hater. You want to be the one that roams free. I know this work is hard, but you deserve it. You deserve to behave in the way that maybe you just couldn't as a child, or didn't get to experience fully because you had to grow up so quickly, right? But here you are. Even if you're in this way, right? Looking at the wand, release yourself, baby. Release yourself. Oh. Release yourself. All right, anything else? Let's see, I'm kind of getting tired and I still have to do these readings for, look what comes out next. This is you, baby. This ain't nobody else, okay? I'm talking somebody so freaking mature, so grown up, so healed. The people I'm talking to right now. This is you. You've mastered. You're sitting on your throne. You've mastered both energies, masculine, feminine, and the inner child. The dark with the light. You've mastered it. And judgment is being called upon you. You're about to receive because you are and have become this. All you have to do is let go. Stop entertaining the past. Love it, but with a distance. Let it go. Because here comes judgment, baby, and it's about to give you. It gives you. Because judgment, again, judgment talks about making the decisions, daily decisions that are going to impact you a year from now, 2 years, 3 years. Letting your inner child be, or just connecting with self and letting that creativity be, is going to keep you as the Emperor and the Empress. Creating, right? Empress creates. Emperor has the blueprint, but the action to do it. While the Empress believes she's worthy of it. Again, it's time. I think that's it. I'm tired. I don't want to say anything else. All right, my beautiful collective. I love you. Till next time. Okay, I think I got it. Bye.